What's going on, guys? It's the Flying Dutchman here, and in today's video, I just wanted to show you my first breeding pair. Of rollers, that is. So, both of these are Birmingham rollers. This is the cockbird right here. I will get him out. Okay, so this is my cockbird. He is a Baldy, even though he has a little bit of brown on top. Both of his parents are Baldies. So yeah, this is a Birmingham roller. I'm not sure exactly the color. I just know that he's from the Baldy breed. Or not breed, but you know what I mean. Basically, he's a little short, but I think he will make a great pair with my female. And she is a beautiful, probably one of my favorite rollers. In fact, by far one of the best, rolling-wise. She has a very good eye sign. Let's see if I could get a good... There we go. Yeah, beautiful bird, this one. I love that color. She's got a gray tail, and then white wingtips. This is their second day together, so obviously they're still fighting. But they should be working it out sooner or later. They're just fighting, which is kind of regular. I just wanted to show you what I'm feeding them. So this is chicken pellets, popcorn, not like popcorn that you buy, but like popcorn that is grown, peas. Let's see, we've got safflower and wheat in there. So this is just chicken feeder pellets. The reason why I have this is it's good for them to digest, easy for them. Good food for birds that are breeding. I only feed this to breeding pairs. And they're right now, it's just their second day together. So they're not exactly getting along the best. I gotta clean it out. I haven't cleaned it out all day. That's a problem with the pellets, is when they get wet, which definitely happens when you just keep their water in there at all times. It gets real gross. And so yeah, I gotta clean that out. That's why I put that box in there just for now. This is a little hen house that I made, and it's easy to do, and I mean it works. In case I need to change it later. If you guys have any tips for my setup, let me know. But this should work. I mean, that's the beauty of pigeons. They're not very picky. But yeah, this is their only sick... Oh, gosh dang it. I didn't burp. I just... this is their second day together. And I put that box in there. So that way, until I get the time to clean this sucker out, which I will have time eventually, but just... I've been taking care of some other things, which I will show you in a minute. But I've just put that in there so that they have somewhere dry to walk on. I'm actually using Homeo Pet. I don't know what the word for this is. You put it in their water. I use approximately 8 drops for a feeder this size. And what it does is it just calms them down. Keeps them from not plucking their feathers, fighting. I don't think they've been drinking the water. I think I know that's normal for birds that are confused and in somewhere that they're not used to, but I'm sure they'll warm up to it eventually. So now I'm gonna go show you the lofts. Okay, so I have just recently installed this door, handy dandy door right here, and it props up like this. So it is now a landing platform. I just wanted to show how the birds are doing. You can't see them all, but they're doing pretty good. I got a light in here. It is 5 degrees right now, so it's chilly. But usually, actually, they're doing really well. They're not cold at all. I'm able to tell when they're like not doing too well because of the cold, and they're doing good. They're doing real all right. But I got that light in there, so they have the warmth if they need it. I'm able to tell that they're not cold because they're not huddled up against that light like they have been. Even though it is 10 degrees out here, you know, it's pretty alright for pigeons. They got down. So this bird, as you could tell, has one leg. Why? I actually amputated it. Long story, fishing line got wrapped around the leg, saved the bird's life, put it under, cauterized the wound, well, cut the leg off, cauterized the wound, bandaged it. Now the bird's in good shape. I've also used some herbal medicines to bring that bird back. It was sick earlier, and the leg had gangrene, so that's why I cut it off. Made sure everything was sterile, and then I cauterized the wound, wrapped it up, and now she's doing really well. Now it's time to show you the homers. Okay, so as you can see, got another landing platform here, and all the birds are nice and cozy in here. We've lost a lot of homers this winter. Let's see, we used to have 17 in total. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've lost 7 birds. Not this winter. We actually did lose about 4 on a flight. That was in a previous video. But we did lose a couple of them this winter. It's been real tough on them. I got straw down in there. I lay the top of a tote down in there, and then that's where I put the feed, and I hand water them now, just so that they have, you know, a reason to like me. But yeah, they're doing really well. As you can see, some of them are fattened up, like Bookie right there. He's doing really well. Like that guy, look at how fat he is. You know, I have barley. Actually, I'll show you the feed that I'm going to put them on as soon as this weather warms up. And I'll take them on flights now. They're not exactly on flights, or they haven't been on any flights yet because it's just been too cold with this weather, and they've been getting all fat, and they're just not fit for flying yet. But as soon as this weather warms up, I'm sure we'll get a whole lot more breeders in here. And not like, you know, we'll just get some babies going on, and then and yeah, I'll put them on a diet, and now I'll show you the food. But for right now, all these birds are nice and cozy, warm. The wind is blocked off everywhere up here now, except for there and here. But if they need, that's why some of those birds go in there. Those guys are obviously fine. I mean, there's places right there that the wind will block them, and they're just deciding not to go in there, which is okay. So yeah, that is the homer loft for right now. I think we got about 15 rollers in here, and then we have lost a shit ton of showbirds, which is a big issue. But you know, it's how it is, guys. It's how it is with raising pigeons, especially in Idaho and below freezing weather. So, you know, it's just how it is. It sucks. I have lost some of my best birds this year. But I've kept a whole bunch of Birmingham rollers and a couple good show birds, and I think I'm going to start focusing on the rollers more. Which is why they're the only pair I've chose to breed right now, this time of year. Both of the pairs that I showed you earlier are breeding, and that is why I just slipped almost. That's why I've culled them out. And like I said, when the weather gets better, I will be. Got a block out here for the deer because the weather is cold, and they've been coming down in here. You see all these tracks. The weather's cold, and we're just trying to help out our local wildlife. So the food I've got is premium wheat, as you know, and I mix that about, I do a cup of that, so I'm not going to worry about the percentages because I don't know how. Let's check and see my phone. Oh, we're good on phone battery. So I already mentioned the feed: safflower, popcorn, wheat, Milo. There's Milo. I forgot to mention Milo, and peas. So that is roller food and homer food for the time being. And I mix scoop of that, and then I just, so it's 50-50 for the time being. And so it might be, 60, 60-40. I might put some corn in there. So 60 is the mix of that, and then I put some of this whole corn. Whole corn is good for homers. I don't, despite what a lot of people say, I don't like it for rollers. They're too small. I know it's just a personal opinion. I just like feeding that to my homers more. Just mostly because, it really does take it makes them really get the fats and carbs that they need. This is barley. Like I said, I'm going to